Hey guys, welcome to Poor Man Mods and welcome to the latest installment of my Mercedes Foxbody build. In this episode, we turn it up a big notch and make this thing absolutely ridiculous, make it look even more like a Mustang and absolutely take it to the next level. And then we actually snuck into 2 Ford car shows with this thing and confused a lot of people. So when I first started brainstorming about this project, one thing that I wanted to do was make a cowl hood for this car. Now, nobody makes a cowl hood for this car because obvious reasons. And you know, when I was brainstorming this idea, you know, I definitely wanted to do a cowl hood, but I wasn't actually confident I was going to be able to achieve that. I thought it was, you know, just kind of shooting for the stars. But my buddy Chad Zepp, who is a body guy, helped me out a ton with this project. And not like it's much of an achievement, but I think we made the world's first cowl hood for the R129 Mercedes. So my buddy Zepp was actually able to score a free cowl hood from a Foxbody Mustang, a huge, ridiculous 6-inch cowl fiberglass hood off of some like drag Mustang. And since it was free, you know, this is Poor Man Mods, we decided to stick with it and go for it. So then I sourced for only, I think $80, I sourced a spare hood for the SL500, and it did have a little bit of damage, but I wasn't too concerned with it. It might be biting us in the butt, but the car still looks awesome. So we got a free fiberglass cowl hood and an $80 spare hood. So $80 invested in this project. And what is absolutely ridiculous, like I seriously think there was some sharing of homework going on with Mercedes and Ford. So when we took the fiberglass cowl and just cut the cowl section out of the hood with like a 1-inch kind of lip on the side, laid it on the hood of the Mercedes, and it was a perfect fit. Like the contour was exactly the same, the front curvature was the same. It's unbelievable how it literally looks like it was made for this car. So to attach the fiberglass cowl to the steel hood, we sanded down the steel hood to bare metal where we were going to attach it, and we used 3M panel bond to glue it down to the hood, which has a 24-hour set time, so it's a super slow reacting adhesive. And then to really secure it, we used a bunch of self-tapper screws all the way around. That drew it down to the hood and clamped it down onto the panel bond. And once the panel bond was cured, I went back and grinded off all the heads of the screws to make it totally seamless, and the threads of the screws held the fiberglass to the steel hood in addition to the panel bond and made a super strong bond. And modern cars now are practically held together with panel bond instead of weld. That stuff is absolutely amazing. And once we had it bonded, all we had to do really was just blend it in. It was a lot of work, and my buddy Zepp helped me out a ton with it since he is the body guy. In the back corners, we did have to make 2 filler pieces because there was a gap in the back. So I cut out some fiberglass and made some filler pieces, and we used 3M panel bond back there to glue it in and sanded it down and made it a seamless transition to the hood. And there was some damage on the front, like grill section of the hood. I think that grill section is bent in a little bit, and that's preventing the hood from closing all the way. The hood doesn't close as well as the original hood, and I'm not 100% sure why, but I think it's the slight damage in that grill section. In the middle of this project, about a month ago, we took this car to Ocean City, Maryland for Cruise Week, which is a huge event. And every year down there, they have a Mustang show at Dead Freddy's. And of course, me being a troll, I had to sneak into the Mustang show. Clearly, I didn't win anything, but it was just really funny to take this thing to a Mustang show and confuse a whole lot of people. Yesterday, after we got this hood on, we took it to the Carlisle Ford Nationals, which I think might be like the biggest Ford event on the East Coast. It is absolutely massive, and I actually registered this thing as a 1999 Mustang and entered it into the show. And what made it even better, if you're aware of my history with CJ Pony Parts, where I parked in the show was right next to their booth, and it couldn't have been more perfect. It was absolutely hilarious, and the car got hundreds of amazing reactions. So many people were confused and scratching their heads, wondering what the heck it is. Like, it's a Mustang, but it's not. A lot of people did know, like, it looks like a Mercedes, but like, did you put a Mercedes body kit on a Mustang, or did you put a Mustang body kit on a Mercedes? What is going on? There were so many hilarious reactions. When we got the fiberglass cowl hood, it had an aluminum door on the front. I'm not even sure what it's for, but it clearly came from a drag car. And I decided to keep it. I thought it looked pretty cool. I mean, it's not like clean or elegant, but it looks ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous in race cars. So I decided to keep it, and I wrote, just being stupid, I wrote inside of this little door, I just wrote, and whenever I talked to somebody at the show and I could get a good read on them, you know, feel like they're a pretty cool person, I would tell them to go open the door, and I did that to probably 20 people, and every time they opened the door, they had a laugh and absolutely loved it, and that really made the car a crowd pleaser. People just loved the car in general, but when they opened up the door and saw the little message, they thought it was the greatest thing ever. So now that I've told you the story about the car shows and the process of making the hood, I'll finally show you what this thing looks like. It looks so ridiculous. As you can see, the hood itself, in my opinion, came out absolutely amazing. The car looks completely ridiculous. Absolutely massive cowl. And it does affect the visibility while driving. You can still drive. I mean, I drove it 100 miles the other day, but it took a bit getting used to. It is definitely in your field of view, and I had to remove the air fresheners hanging from the rearview mirror because it is so big. And what else is funny, aside from the little message that is in this door, if you open this door and then sit in the driver's seat, you can actually see through the door, which I think is pretty funny. So overall, I think the hood itself came out freaking perfect. The color matches so good, but like I was saying earlier, it doesn't like close all the way. And I worked really, really hard to try to get it to close better, and I couldn't really figure it out. It's kind of loose on this side, really tight on this side. That's really my only issue with it, is how it didn't close perfectly. But I don't pursue perfection. So for me, totally acceptable. The car looks absolutely sick, in my opinion. I know it's not everybody's taste, but it definitely reinforces the whole Mustang theme and idea. It really looks like a freaking Foxbody Mustang. And for the most part, Americans seem to love it, and the Europeans hate it, which I'm all about. So I'm taking a break from custom bodywork for a little bit. Even though the end result of this is super freaking cool and I'm happy with it, I'm a little tired of sanding and a little tired of the dust. So I'm gonna take a little break from custom bodywork. We do eventually want to try to graph in a Foxbody GT bumper to really seal the deal. So we are gonna do something with that bumper. But I think my next plan for this car Not sure how near in the future it may be. I'm gonna try to do it fairly soon, but I would really like to get nitrous installed in this thing. So hopefully my friends over at Nitrous Express can help me out again with this car. I definitely wanna get some nitrous on it before I do the engine swap. And yeah, I think that's probably gonna be the next big thing I do for this car. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope maybe you learned something about bodywork. I learned a ton about bodywork doing this. Mainly that it sucks and I don't want to do it, but the end result is pretty awesome, so I do it anyway. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope maybe you learned something, and I will see you next time.